Welcome to the Online Digital Marketing Podcast. We'll be discussing marketing strategies, trends, and tips that will help your business succeed in the digital age. Every episode, we'll be interviewing industry professionals and providing valuable insights on how to leverage digital tools for maximum engagement and ROI. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on the latest trends in online marketing.
You know, it's funny. You send over these articles about building a killer online presence, and suddenly you realize just how much stuff is out there.
Oh, absolutely. It can feel like trying to find the signal in a whole lot of noise, can it?
Totally.
Yeah.
So that's our job today, kind of your shortcut. We've got your sources right here, and our mission is to dive deep and pull out the absolute essentials, you know, the stuff that's really going to move the needle for you.
Exactly. And you've curated a really useful set of materials here. They cover everything from like foundational strategies right down to the nitty-gritty of responding to reviews.
Yeah.
Think of this as your personalized exploration. We're going to connect the dots and highlight the insights that will hopefully give you a real edge in the online world.
Okay, let's unpack this then. When you look at everything you've shared, a few core themes really jump out, don't they?
Yeah.
When it comes to building that strong online presence, we're going to explore how keeping your content fresh and varied grabs attention, the surprising power of using visuals to tell your story.
Right.
In a way words sometimes can't, right?
Right. And the third piece.
And how navigating online reviews, both the good and the bad, can actually build trust.
Precisely. You could almost call these the cornerstones of a thriving online strategy.
Okay.
You've got that dynamic content approach, strategic visual storytelling, and thoughtful engagement with your audience through reviews. Master these, and you'll be in a pretty strong position.
So let's kick off with content. One thing that's really clear from your sources is that a sporadic approach it doesn't cut it.
Not at all.
We're talking about showing up consistently, like at least once a week, the articles suggest.
Minimum.
But here's where it gets really interesting. It's not just about broadcasting your latest offers, is it?
No, not at all. The articles really emphasize that keeping your audience engaged means offering a diverse range of content. What's fascinating here is thinking about content not just as like promotion, but as a way to build connection and provide actual value.
Give us some concrete ideas, though, because sometimes it's easy to get stuck in a rut just thinking every post needs to be a sales pitch.
Oh, absolutely. It's a common trap. Think about using a what's new format for any recent developments or, milestones in your business.
Right, like updates.
Updates, exactly. Of course, offers and promotions are part of the mix, naturally. If you host events, those definitely deserve their own announcements.
Okay.
But also consider showcasing your products or services in a way that highlights their unique benefits, not just the features.
I really like the idea mentioned about offering a peek behind the curtain. That feels like a way to build a more sort of personal connection.
It really does. People are naturally curious, Employee spotlights can humanize your brand, put faces to the name.
Yeah, like that.
And customer success stories, those are incredibly powerful. They demonstrate real-world value, social proof.
Okay, so testimonials, but maybe more story-driven.
Exactly. You can also position yourself as a helpful resource by sharing tips and advice related to your expertise. And let's not forget, seasonal content tapping into relevant themes throughout the year keeps things fresh.
That's actually a great range of options. It really shifts the perspective on what online content can achieve beyond just selling. And one of the sources had a smart tip about when to share all this great content. It wasn't just what, but when.
Yes, that's a subtle but important point. The articles suggest experimenting with your posting schedule, different times, different days.
Why is that?
Well, what resonates best can vary significantly depending on your specific audience and, frankly, the platforms you're using. Their algorithms change, user habits differ.
Right.
So this raises an important question for you, the listener. Have you considered tracking when your content actually gets the most traction? Are you testing that?
Definitely something to think about, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit to visuals. The sources you provided really hammered home the impact of photos.
Yeah.
What makes them such a game changer?
Well, the data is pretty compelling, isn't it? According to that information you shared from Google, businesses that include photos in their online presence see a remarkable 42% more requests for directions.
42%.
And a 35% jump in website clicks. That's significant.
Wow.
And if we connect this to like how our brains process information, visuals are often processed much faster than text and can evoke emotions more directly. It just clicks.
So those are serious numbers.
Yeah.
So, okay, what kind of photos should a business be thinking about to really bring their story to life visually?
Yeah.
It's not just snapping anything, presumably.
No, you want to be strategic. Think about constructing a visual narrative, something that gives people a comprehensive sense of your business.
Okay, like what?
Start with exterior shots, maybe, ones that create a welcoming first impression. Then interior photos can showcase your atmosphere, the customer experience inside.
Right.
Naturally, high-quality product photos are crucial for highlighting what you actually offer. People want to see that. Team photos help build trust and rapport, humanizing the business again. And don't underestimate the power of in-action shots showing your team working or customers actually enjoying your products or services.
Okay, action shots.
Yeah.
What about more specific examples that might not be so obvious?
Well, if it's relevant to your business, before and after, photos can be incredibly persuasive. Think renovations, fitness, design.
Oh, yeah, those are powerful.
Images of any new equipment or facility upgrades can communicate growth and investment. Photos from events or special promotions capture energy and excitement.
Right.
And perhaps most powerfully, user-generated content. Photos from your customers with their permission, of course.
Okay. Get permission first.
Definitely get permission. But those provide incredibly authentic endorsements. This taps into what we mentioned earlier about social proof. Seeing other people experience your business positively can be very influential.
That really illustrates how visuals can create a much richer and more engaging online presence than just text alone. Now, let's dive into the world of online reviews. This can feel like a high-stakes area for businesses, can't it?
Oh, for sure. Reputation management is huge.
The sources emphasize the importance of actively managing and responding. Why is that so critical? Why not just let them sit there?
Because your responses to reviews, both positive and negative, have a much wider audience than just the original reviewer. That's the key thing to remember. They signal to every potential future customer how you value feedback and how you handle customer interactions. It's a very public demonstration of your customer service ethos, really.
Right, it's not a private conversation. Okay, let's start with the positive feedback then. How can you make your responses to good reviews more impactful than just, pasting thanks everywhere?
Yeah, the generic thanks feels a bit flat, doesn't it? The key here is personalization. Go beyond a generic reply.
How?
If possible, address the customer by name, reference something specific they mentioned in their review. This shows you've actually read their feedback and appreciated the detail.
Okay, makes sense.
And express your enthusiasm for their positive experience. Invite them to engage again in the future. For instance, something like, "Hi, customer name. Thank you so much for your wonderful review. We were so happy to hear you enjoyed our specific product service."
Right.
Then add, "Your comments about specific detail they mentioned are especially appreciated. We look forward to welcoming you back soon." See the difference?
Yeah, that feels so much more genuine. It creates a stronger connection, definitely. Okay, now let's tackle the trickier side, negative reviews. The sources outline this ASTIS approach. Can you break that down for us? LAST.
Absolutely. LAST is a really helpful framework to remember in those stressful moments. It stands for, listen, apologize sincerely, solve the problem, and thank them for the feedback.
Okay, listen. Apologize, solve, thank.
First, listen. Make sure you truly understand the complaint from the customer's perspective. Read it carefully. Then, apologize. Offer a sincere apology for their negative experience, even if you don't necessarily agree with every single point they made. It's about acknowledging their feeling.
Even if you think they're wrong.
Even then. An apology isn't always admitting fault. It's acknowledging their dissatisfaction. The crucial next step is solve. Take action or offer a way to solve the issue. The example in your sources suggests offering direct contact information for a manager to take the conversation offline and facilitate a resolution.
Okay, take it offline. Good tip.
And finally, thank them for taking the time to provide feedback, because honestly, it gives you an opportunity to learn and improve, even if it stings a bit.
That seems like a really constructive way to handle difficult situations. Much better than ignoring it. So, what's the biggest mistake businesses make when responding to negative reviews? What should they absolutely avoid?
Without a doubt, it's becoming defensive or engaging in an argument online. That is just poison.
Right. Don't feed the trolls, kinda.
Exactly. Or even just getting into a back and forth. Remember, as we discussed, your response is a public statement about your business for everyone to see. A calm, professional, and solution-oriented reply, even to a review that feels totally unfair, speaks volumes about your commitment to customer satisfaction.
So it reflects on you more than the reviewer sometimes.
Often, yes. It can actually build more trust with future customers who see how you handle adversity gracefully.
And the sources also highlighted the importance of being prompt, didn't they, when responding to reviews, whether they're positive or negative?
Yes, absolutely. Aiming for a response within 24 hours is ideal.
24 hours.
It just shows that you're attentive to your customers and you actually value their feedback. For negative reviews, a quick response can also prevent the situation from maybe escalating online.
Right. Stops it festering.
And it demonstrates your proactive approach to addressing concerns. It shows you care.
Okay, so if we pull it all together then, a really strong online presence seems to be built on these like 3 core pillars we've talked about. Consistently sharing a variety of engaging content that offers value, not just sales pitches. Using compelling and strategic photos to tell your business's story and capture attention.
The visual narrative.
The visual narrative, right? And actively and thoughtfully managing your online reviews by using that Alcest approach. Listen, apologize when necessary, solve problems, and thank customers for their feedback.
Precisely. Those are the fundamentals. And by concentrating on these fundamental elements and, importantly, adapting them to the unique aspects of your business, you can cultivate a much more impactful and engaging online presence. It's not one size fits all, but the principles hold.
So you, our listener, now hopefully have a much clearer picture of the key ingredients for successful online presence. You've seen why consistent, varied content matters, the undeniable power of visuals, and a strategic framework for navigating that often sensitive area of online reviews.
Yeah, hopefully some actionable takeaways there.
Definitely. Now that you have these insights, here's something to think about. What's one small but significant step you can take today to strengthen your business's online presence and better connect with your audience? Just one thing. Think about the ripple effect that consistent effort in these areas, content, visuals, reviews can have over time.
Ready to take your online business to the next level? Subscribe to our digital marketing podcast and then join our Accountability for Success Mastermind. With expert advice from industry leaders, you'll gain knowledge and insights that will help you succeed in today's digital marketing world. From social media strategies to search engine optimization, we have all the tools you need. Learn from successful entrepreneurs and take control of your online success. Join the Accountability for Success Mastermind now at bit.ly/AFSM podcast.